had such an effect already on this game of cricket at Lord's. In a test match way back in 1954. Could this be the second time? Well, welcome to the highlights of the fourth day of this Cornhill test match at Lord's, a game that was in a fascinating position at the start of the day, with England needing just a few runs, 3 in all, to avoid the follow-on. 226 for 9 they were, with Jackman not out naught, and Mike Gatting, who had made everything look relatively easy out there, on 31. The Pakistan bowlers, who had England in that type of state, Imran Khan and Abdul Qadir, had turned in a tremendous performance, although Sarfraz had taken 3 wickets and bowled very well early on. Abdul Qadir, the leg spinner, 4 for 39. Well, here's the first ball of the day. Imran Khan is coming in, and taking strike now is Mike Gatting.
And asking for an LBW, that ball again nipped back quite sharply. I would have thought doing a little too much. Some more support here for Pakistan, although the crowd at the moment certainly not a great one. There's the single which has been off at drink. One imagines now there'll be a slightly different field placing for Robin Jackman. So just 2 more wanted to save the follow-on. Imran again to Jackman. Fielding change being made, forward short leg, and looks like a silly mid-off going in there as here. So just the 2 slips. Abdul Qadir coming closer to save the 1 at mid. And he's out this time, the finger's gone up, the appeal has been answered in Imran's favour, and Pakistan, if they wish now, of course, can make England follow on. Disappointed Jackman there, looking at his bat, not terribly happy. He feels he's let the side down. Just 2 runs needed to make sure that Pakistan bat again.
And a very similar sort of delivery, slanting in and swinging quite sharply.
I think they're in full toss on the boot. That's probably why the decision was answered in favour of the bowler there.
So just a tantalising 2 runs short for England there, with Robin Jackman, LBW to Imran, and the follow-on enforced. 1 more wicket for Imran Khan to boost his figures to 2 for 55. He deserved much better than that, but it was a fine performance by Pakistan to get England into such a state. Here's the second ball of the England second innings after they were made to follow on. Taking strike is Derek Randall, no runs on the board, and it's the Pakistan skipper Imran Khan coming into bowl.
No doubt about the pace of this fella. He's as sharp as anybody, I think, playing first-class cricket at the moment.
It's interesting watching this. See Randall's back foot going away. He's getting quite a way outside the leg stump, which, to my mind, is the wrong direction to be going.
Well, always nice to get the first run, a scamper single. Sees England move off the mark. Pakistan crescent. And in the distance, the Mosque and Regent's Park. Can't recall anybody who has more trouble with his paddle than Mr. Randall. He really is a remarkable fellow.
I wonder if David Constant has a needle and cotton.
So Imran again to Tavri. Tried his best, presenting with a wicket. Bad shot, that.
Well, here he digs one in, and it really shoots off that wicket and climbs. And Tavri is helpless. Tries to play it, not much kind of a shot.
Good shot. The most beautiful placement there. Just split the two men at cover point and extra cover.
We have a nice gentle long up from Safraz. And Derek Randall has lots of time to find his feet and stroke that beautifully through extra cover for 4.
Very good piece of fielding out there. Applause from Randall himself. That's the one that slants in all right. That's made an awful mess of Derek Randall's stumps there. An awful mess, and what a good bowling change that turned out to be. Gentle medium pace, and he's castled him all over the place.
Well, one would have said that it would have given England a little respite to have their 4th seamer on at such an early stage in the stage in the innings. But he plays all round the straight. With disconsolate Randall. He's back into the pavilion. And it is just in his first over, just a straight ball, and Randall plays all round it. And then looks back to find the off stump removed.
We'll see that that was identical to the first innings. He pulls the bat across the line and then puts it back as the ball goes past. Almost impossible to believe it got through. That is almost an action replay of the first innings, where Randall pulled the bat across to the onside, pushed it back to the off, and in that fraction of a second, the ball got through.
Well, Alan Lamb come in without his helmet. He had it knocked off in the first innings by IMRAN, and probably he could well have thought it might have constituted a danger if it fell off again. So he's out here, England's number 3, minus helmet, ready to take on everything that the Pakistanis have to throw against him.
He's out, LBW. Mudassar's taken 2 wickets in the over. And Pakistan have taken this game by the throat. Lamb out for naught. LBW to Mudassar, 9 for 2 in their second innings. England having been bowled out for 227.
Well, this change of bowling will go down as one of the best pieces of work in the series. And Mudassar without even moving a ball very much at all. And this is first over. As Alan Lamb, LBW.
Well, there's the nursery in camera. It's very wide on the bowling crease there. And Lamb is LBW. So 9 for 2. the skipper comes out, and not a very good moment for someone captaining their national side for the first time. Struggled yesterday. What a problem now for Imran Khan. Does he try and get back on to bowl at Gower? And he gave awful problems yesterday. And or does he leave Abdul Qadir on and MUDASSAR, who has just taken 2 wickets?
Well, I must admit I'd be inclined to get Imran back into the attack now to press home this advantage. MUDASSAR, fair enough, he's bowled 2 England batsmen out, but he hasn't done it through movement of the ball, more by the mistakes of batsmen. And I don't think anybody could grumble at Imran putting himself on immediately now.
What an over for MUDASSAR. A double wicket maiden. No wonder he's beaming.
It's quite a healthy wind out there today. Forecast, in fact, for the day has been short, sharp showers throughout the day. Bright sunshine in between, with a fresh wind blowing there all day.
He's gone. David Gower for naught. 9 for 3. Tavares is still on naught at the other end. And what a day it is for MUDASSAR NAZAR. He's been out of touch with the bat, picked up a pair at Edgbaston, and here he has 3 wickets in 2 overs.
Well, danger lurks in the most unobvious quarters in this game. MUDASSAR pushes it a little wide, and Gower plays forward, not quite convincingly. And as the ball goes across him, he just gets a slight nick, and accepted gleefully by the Pakistan wicketkeeper.
And there's the shot from the nursery end. Is almost identical with the stroke Gower was playing so often against Imran yesterday and not getting a touch. Ian Botham comes out at 9 for 3. Those 9 runs having been made in 57 minutes. Well, that's not really his caper. I expect to see a little more militant movement out there from England now. Right, so Gower's gone. MUDASSAR, the destroyer, is just about to come in again from the nursery end. Botham is ready.
And the first ball to Botham is not too bad. He's playing forward. The ball just holds its line, and he loses the edge of his bat.
It's been an extraordinary morning. It's been a great match so far, mainly for Pakistan. They've won the toss, they got away to a good start, made their 428. Declared, bowled England out just short of the follow-on. And now they are within 7 wickets of a famous victory. Still a lot of cricket to go yet. Botham and Tavares went out there facing MUDASSAR, who has 3 for none in 2 overs, and Abdul Qadir, who's again weaving his own little web from the pavilion end.
Well, that's it. 65 minutes, had 39 balls, yet to score. Well, he's still there. That's more than cassette from 3 of them. So at 26 minutes past 1, Chris Tavery moves off naught. 68 minutes to open his account. Mid off 3/4 of the way back to the boundary to deal with that good drive again of Botham. Okay. So the battle renewed between Kadir and Tavery. It's overpitched, that's a lovely shot. Tossed high and wide, and Tavery making the most of it. Glorious cover drive.
Well, a super shot here from Tavery. The bowler's confidence growing, he pitches it really up into the crease.
Kadir to Botham. Well, that's in the air and over the top. Perfectly safe.
Well, the challenge is there and accepted. Didn't quite get to the pitch of the ball, but I don't think he intended to. And he hit that right over the top of extra cover.
My word, that was a brave shot, because there's quite a deep extra cover there. Crash, 4 more. This has always got to be a fascinating duel.
And you never see cricket any better than this. The leg spinner bowling, and bowling well. As soon as there's a loose one, Ian Botham cuts loose. Magnificent square cut.
And again, that's a big one. Not far short of 6, high in the air, over the top of the bowler.
This really is tremendous stuff by Ian Botham. Picked it and hit it straight back over the bowler, just slightly on the onside.
And another big shout for LBW, which Imran obviously thought was fairly close.
Another good delivery from Imran. Botham plays him off the front foot. And it was near, but the umpire adjudges not out.
54 for 3 at lunch, and quite a revival there, led by Ian Botham. Chris Tavery is not into double figures at that point, but Botham struck the ball beautifully, particularly when he was up against Abdul Qadir. Well, the players came out after lunch, 54 for 3, and they didn't have time to bowl a ball because the light closed in. It became very, very dark, and the umpires went off the field just as well they did too, because it gave the ground staff time to get the covers on. Torrential rain for a time, and 2.5 hours of play lost. We pick up play now after the resumption. It's the 3rd ball of the 3rd over, and Tavery in the previous over has pushed a single onto 55 for 3. Here he is now facing Abdul Qadir.
Well, flung the elbow at that, didn't quite go where he intended, and it's racing away down there to 3rd man. That heavy rain has slowed it up. And Sarfraz, not of course these days the fleetest of the Pakistan fielders, and no problem at all for the batsman to go through for 3. That's well bowled.
He's certainly picking out the line. Getting his pad behind the ball. Bat well hidden from that.
Well, that's a strange way to see Ian Botham playing cricket. It really is. It must be going very much against the nature. I think he knows it.
A little bit of adjustment to get his pad in line.
Well, these two have now put on 50. Remember, the England score at one time was 9 for 3. So it's gone on to 61 now. 15 to Tavre, 33 to Botham. A wry smile on Botham's face. Don't suppose that he's ever batted for 25 minutes before with Chris Tavre and been outscored by the Kent player. Botham yet to score since play was resumed. Lively bouncer, but no great problem. Botham avoiding it.
Well, Imran's trying everything from this different angle. Both them equal to the situation, playing an innings of responsibility.
That's there for the drive. High, wide and handsome. And the ball put away in great style.
Well, this was a super shot. The bowler really flighted it high, and it doesn't matter when it pitches right up in the block hole which way the ball's spinning.
IMRAN from the far end to Botham. And scores his first run. So 4 runs, in fact. And Botham moves on to 37. Imran Khan again to Botham. Had a little feel at that. Followed it down the slope.
Botham's first mistake since he went back. He just chases an outswinger.
That's why you just don't bowl to Ian Botham. He's tried it before, has received a similar sort of treatment. Glorious cover drive.
And a very wide half volley. It's the googly, but Ian Botham getting right across there, right to the pitch of the ball. Cracking shot.
He's coming back over the wicket now to a very queer field setting. Very good bowler, Abdul Qadir, but so far he hasn't got the management of his bowling organised. That's one of the reasons I say it's a queer field setting. There's no man on the offside. From slip around to deep cover on the fence. And it's allowed Ian Botham to bring up his 50. And what a good innings it's been. It's his 11th Test half-century. That doesn't include the 1100s he's made. He's faced only 94 balls, and a big percentage of those have been bowled by Abdul Qadir into the rough, and he's just patted them away. 7 boundaries, 51 out of 87. Imran Khan had come from the nursery end. Well, this poses another little question. If the umpires had a look at the light just a few minutes ago, when it was the same as it is now, that was when slower bowlers than Imran were in operation. What will they do now? Umpire Harold Bird is the man at square leg who'll be monitoring the ball going down the pitch and then having a look with the light meter to see what it says. Pakistan failed to get their full number of overs in out there, which means they won't give themselves a full opportunity of taking wickets. They can only have themselves to blame. Their over rate has been slow, and there's always the chance when you're getting up, well, here we are at 7 o'clock now, when you're getting up to this time, that the batsman will be given the light. And it's looking fairly murky to me out there at the moment. Well, murky it was, so much so that the umpires consulted their light meters, and then the batsmen and everyone scurried off the field. The umpires had to come back on. They were out in the centre, and it was rather an odd light for some time, because there was just one shaft of light away down the nursery end of the ground. And there's a young lad who took full advantage of it there for some sunbathing, until he was reminded that his place was behind the fence. And then out came the umpires at almost 20 to 8 in the evening, probably the only time we've had a test match restart at that time in the history of the game. Umpires Bird and Constant go out, followed by the players. The Pakistanis moved out, I won't say reluctantly, but they didn't seem all that keen to go out that time of night. It's almost supper time. And then the two players, Ian Botham and Chris Tavray, came out, Botham certainly reluctantly. Well, they had just time to bowl one over, and the queer thing was that the only reason they bowled it was that umpire Constant at the nursery end was holding his light meter in that shaft of sunlight. As soon as that over was bowled, and they did it from the pavilion end, it was quite clear there could be no more play. And things finished up like this: 95 for 3, the England card at the close of the day. Ian Botham, a most restrained and responsible innings for 55 not out, and Chris Tavray, well, he might have been slow. He faced the same number of balls as Ian Botham and finished up 24 not out, 95 for 3. And the bowling figures for Pakistan, a fine effort there from just one man. 6 overs, 3 maidens, 3 for 11, MUDASSAR NAZAR, who's had a bad trot with the bat, but came in there today as a change bowler and did wonderfully well. Just at the bottom there, you can see what a blow he struck against England, with the first wicket falling at 9, the second at the same score, and so too the third. So the match position at the close of this fourth day: Pakistan 428 for 8 declared, England 227 and 95 for 3, need 106 to avoid an innings defeat. Now that's still quite a task. I was thinking at one stage today that the batsmen might give the bowlers something to bowl at tomorrow. That won't be so. England are still in the position of only being able to play for a draw. And Pakistan, well, I reckon they've lost themselves 21 overs in the 2 days by bowling their overs so slowly and then having the light come against them late in the day, and they'll only have themselves to blame if that costs them the chance of winning this match. The man who gave them that opportunity today, MUDASSAR NAZAR. Tremendous performance from him. He's a very happy cricketer, and a nice way for him to finish the fourth day. Not much joy there for them. They were 9 for 3 at one stage, so the scorecard at the end of yesterday, and 3